Welcome to the Point of Everything podcast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode. Hey everyone. Everything podcast episode. Crap, I forgot. Anyway, talk about the religion versus science, and in this case, it's going to be a debate. Stay tuned. Isaac is it? And I guess Isaac should start us off.
Okay, so if I ask a question to either of you two, you got to answer it, okay? You can't beat around the question. It's not political, okay? So, Cameron, is the Big Bang Theory scientifically plausible?
Yeah. Like the data of the expansion of the universe, the recession rate from which galaxies and all that stuff comes away from us. And you do the math and calculate the rate everything's accelerating. You could come to the point where everything was so close together that it was a period. So, and then plus the microwave background radiation, there's a way you're seeing them billions of years in the past. So you see how they look like, and then you could determine, well, is this plausible with our math and all that? I mean, just the math.
All right. Don't worry, Garrick. You get the same question. Garrick, do you feel that the Big Bang Theory is scientifically and religiously plausible?
The idea with the Big Bang Theory being plausible is,
scientifically and religiously.
yeah, it goes back to my big idea about religion and science, that God could, I think that God created things through evolution and possibly the Big Bang Theory. I haven't really studied the scientific side of the Big Bang Theory, but
that's why most people disagree with it because they don't actually look at the stuff. Oh.
Cameron,
what
there's no room for open discussion. Okay, are we ready to move on to the next question then? Okay, guys, you ready? Okay. Cameron, is there evidence to prove that there is indeed no biblical God?
Well, so it's like if you cannot say something until it's proven with data. I would say, and with science, you could say there is a God, but there might not be a God. It's kind of like for him, but we don't have evidence that he exists or that then he does exist. I do believe in God. It's probably different from like the biblical, like, everyone's God is, but I do believe in that sense, but I'm saying that off the scientific side. So that's my thoughts.
So you say that there is evidence to support one and evidence to not support one.
To support it, there's no evidence to support if there is one or if there.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. All right. Now, Garrick, is there scientific evidence to support your belief?
Yes.
Where at?
You guys live on Earth, correct?
Yes.
I hope.
Pretty much everything on there. All the trees, all the animals,
okay,
all the...
With this ideology of your position is that you look at a snowflake, it's created from nature, and it's the same thing with the planets, the stars. It's all created. Well, it is created by natural causes from nuclear fusion, accretion. Okay.
So, Garrick, you believe in example. That's your stance on this? Is examples?
I had one thing to respond to Cameron.
Okay, you can respond.
Cameron,
you have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
have you seen stars be created with nuclear fusion?
Yeah, we actually have. It's called indirect
Indirect observation. So not direct observation.
Well, you know what? I'll tell stars are formed. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. So nebula, and you do see these in the sky. Okay, you're not gonna deny nebula. There's it's this gas of particles, helium, which is hydrogen, all the elements that make up stars. Areas, the particles get cool from the forces of gravity to the point where they condense into stars. Now, most stars are actually, they don't have enough gravity to pull them, and stars are basically so the gravity wouldn't keep them from collapsing. So it's all these particles come together.
And now we gotta let Garrick respond to the question.
Okay.
Okay, Garrick.
So indirect observation means you haven't seen it.
Well, actually, let's take.
So
No, this is where Garrick
Hey,
talks,
hey.
and then you get another 1.5 minutes to respond.
okay. So my point is that you don't directly see God, but you see the evidence of him. You see all the nature on the earth. You see everything on here. But just because you haven't actually seen something doesn't mean you can't. Just doesn't mean it's not there. The absence of a positive doesn't necessarily mean negative. I'm butchering that, but just because you haven't seen something doesn't mean it didn't happen. Just because you haven't heard something doesn't mean it didn't happen.
And is that your full response, Garrick?
Yes.
Okay. Cameron, would you like time to respond to that?
Yeah, so you kind of destroyed yourself in that argument because you said that it doesn't mean that it's true, form that it's true because you can't see it. So, you know, like scientifically, I mean, let's look at the temperature of stars. It's temperature with a thermometer. But yeah, we're able to look at star spectrum of elements. Okay, it's actually the space telescope. So they sent it up, and the light comes through with the information of the spectral lines and the spectrum of the object. How its composition is math too. Okay, there's a lot of math into it, and we're not going to get into it. My brain doesn't feel like that, but so there's that. It's true, you know, you don't have to see something for it to be true, but mostly with science, it's indirect observation. It's somehow observed one way or another, not directly, but help of some instruments or other forms of things.
Okay, you're at the 126
Okay,
mark.
just end me there.
Okay. And Garrick, would you like time to respond to that about the indirect observation of the temperature of stars?
Okay.
I don't know how that relates to science versus religion, but we'll go with it.
Indirect observation. So you have indirect observation here. You see what God has created.
That's your interpretation, though.
Cameron, you can't respond.
No, I'm done. He can respond.
Okay, Joe. So, Garrick, have you fully responded?
I already said.
Okay, so Mr. Biden has completed his ramble. We'll move on to the next question. Okay. With Okay, so here's the next question. You guys got to get warmed up for this one. This one's pretty serious. Okay, if 60% of our DNA is shared with bananas, how is that proof against or supporting of evidence of a god?
Oh, guy.
Yeah.
Who's that to?
Okay. Whoever wants to answer it first.
Okay. So 60 sharing 60% of the DNA.
Of the genome.
Of the genome.
It was mapped in 2005.
Okay. I actually took.
But it's still accurate today.
Okay. I actually paid attention during biology last year. So the humans share like 50-60% with pretty much any living thing on the earth, because there's like it's like 1%. It's like 1% or
I have to tell you that's not
something
true,
that's actually used to code the proteins and everything.
I have
Like
to
Joe
tell you that's
Biden
not
now.
true because bacteria make up a majority of the life on Earth, and we're distant relatives.
Okay,
of those.
okay.
Like, I'm talking less than 2%.
Okay,
So,
besides bacteria, I guess.
Okay.
But most generally, I'm correct.
Okay, so is that your entire response?
You interrupted me. You pulled a Chris Wallace. Let me finish, please.
I did. I interrupted you because you're saying facts.
Okay. So a lot of people are saying, oh, 60% of your genome is the same as a banana. But there's only was it like a fraction of a percent that's the genome that's actually coded, used to code all your proteins and everything?
No.
We've mapped the entire
human genome in 1995.
Well, no, it's already mapped, but the actual percentage that is used to create
And you
proteins.
guys are really struggling.
I'm saying correct stuff, and Chris Wallace over here saying it's false. If you want to correct me, Cameron, you can correct me. But the 60% banana DNA, whatever, that's just complete BS. Cameron, correct anything you saw wrong with that, because I don't know the exact science.
Cameron would like time to respond.
So, like Garrick, he's saying that something is not true because of what his Bible said. Okay, so in science, so if the evidence says so, like Chris Wallace was just saying, yes, it's true, right? So Garrick kind of struggled at that point and kind of denied it. So I'm not sure what happened, but because there wasn't anything like an argument going on. It's just with argument.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey Jill, we're not in the business of the other. I need you guys.
Let's just end that right there.
Hey! Let me respond to that fool. I was not disputing the fact that 60%. I wasn't disputing the fact. I was disputing that it was misleading, because a small percentage of the actual human genome is used to encode proteins, because there's a start codon and the stop codon. Those aren't throughout the whole thing. There's just small little pockets.
Okay, well, that was more of a satire question than anything. Okay, so here's the next question. Garrick, with 99% of our DNA being shared with chimpanzees, how can it be evidence to support the belief in guided evolution?
Well, it certainly doesn't provide evidence to support there not being a god.
It was about evolution, Joe.
So 99% of chimpanzees does not create your statement does not provide evidence to support there not being a god. But even if evolution does exist, which I think it probably does, uh, God, I think that it would be the process by which God created the plants and animals of the earth.
Okay. So you're providing the Genesis definition of guided evolution, if I'm correct.
Sure.
Okay. Now, Cameron, with 99% of our DNA being shared with chimpanzees, how can this be used as evidence to support guided evolution?
It's like I guess kind of like Eric said, you know, if we share so much evolution, be connected somehow, right? So yeah, and that support, you know, like he interpreted it, you know, God, this is the Bible. That's my thoughts.
Okay. So you both kind of agree on that one there. Okay. Okay, Garrick.
But
You're not
those
paying
people
attention.
have to live with their consequences.
Okay, so if they go
And
swimming
Can I
and
speak with
all
it?
it's them, it's their
and it
fault.
goes back to that might not necessarily be the best thing for them.
Okay. So having a left leg wouldn't be beneficial to them?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It
So
could.
crutches is better than a left leg.
It depends on the situation.
Okay, I'm rock climbing with no left leg.
If you have no left leg, you should be rock climbing.
Okay, well,
But
you're not painting a pretty picture of your religion, Garrick. Okay.
What is this?
Can I?
Okay.
What is this? Chris Wallace, you're fired.
And okay.
I don't like debating you, Chris Wallace.
Okay, Cameron, here's your question.
No, I want to have a rebuttal.
Here you go. Your time starts now. You have
Okay.
a minute 30.
So Garrick, it's like you lost your pills. So do you really think are more important than having a left leg? I mean, just think about it, man. Someone want crutches or a leg? If they were rock climbing, they would need a leg, right? And also you said, well, why would God want someone to not have a left leg? Okay, so those are my thoughts.
Is that your total rebuttal?
Yes, it is.
And Garrick, would you like a chance to respond to that? Garrick, are you there? Okay, Cameron, your new nickname is Sniff, and Garrick's is Blow, okay? So together, you guys can run as Sniff and Blow for 2020. That's how it's going to work. You should be on student council with me, because I'm the only one anyway.
Are you guys gonna let me talk?
You're not talking.
Yes, I am. You guys are talking over me. Okay. Let me clarify, please.
Okay, Garrick. It's your time to rebuttal against Cameron if you want to.
Okay. Some possible benefits of being an amputee is that you have more pride for the country. You can understand
What
people
does that have
who
to
go
do?
through war. You can understand people who go through war better. You can help understand people who go through trauma better. You can help motivate people. Improve against odds. Hello?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay, did you give your rebuttal?
Why are you guys talking over me?
We weren't.
Chris Wallace, you need to
I think
stop.
you're losing your mind. Okay, Isaac, ask a question.
Y'all are gaslighting me like it's. You can respond, Cameron.
Okay, Cameron, would you like to respond to Garrett's recent rebuttal?
No, we have too much rebuttals on the same topic. Just yeah, there you go.
Okay. Cameron, this question is specifically directed to you. I'm going to give you a countdown for you to speak, okay, to make Garrett feel comfortable. So, Cameron, if matter cannot be created or destroyed, then how was the universe able to come into existence? You can respond in 3, 2, 1.
Like the Big Bang.
In your religion, you believe in miracles. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Then why does your God not heal amputees?
Why does he not heal amputees?
Yes.
Why does he not give me $1 million?
Because you don't deserve $1 million, but I think someone deserves their left arm after it's viciously eaten off by a shark.
That just goes back to this this criticism of the church of why God lets bad things happen. And you have to let people have free agency. You have to let people be able to choose to kill people.
So it's free agency for a shark to tear someone's left leg off? Garrick.
Came into existence from these particles that quantum physics. I do not know the particles exactly, but I do know. So they come in and out of existence and they create. But technically speaking, the universe could have always been there before the Big Bang. Of matter and energy. Mathematical models too. I'm not going to get into that because that's
Okay. And now, Garrick, if you would like to, because I got kicked out, but would you like to respond to any previous questions asked? Because I have one more question, and that'll conclude all of my questions.
Okay.
I only wrote down 13.
I think I need to clarify my position on the amputee thing because you guys didn't really understand that.
Okay.
So
rock climbing without the left leg, eh? It's not going to be easy.
Eh?
Okay.
We lost you, Garrick.
Quick, put the IV back in his arm. His brain's shutting down.
Okay, it's Garrick's turn.
Okay, so we're talking about Big Bang.
Yeah.
Your Big Bang theory.
So those are my thoughts.
Chris Wall's there. Okay. So one big thing I have with the Big Bang theory. It's pretty much my stance on guided evolution. If that is how it happened, I believe that God was the one who used that process. Or I need to clarify my position on that amputee type thing. Just a second. So, my position. You can't hear me. Well, I don't give a fuck.
Garrick, so getting mauled by a lion, believe in a peaceful God?
Getting mauled by a lion, that near-death experience can help make you more aware of your death, the possibility of your death, and it can bring you closer to Christ. It can make you more willing to repent. Just let me talk, please. Okay, thank you, Chris Walls. Okay, so my position on the amputees. Those experiences can help bring you closer to Christ. Can help you, like those near-death experiences, or like my brother, he got cancer. It makes you more aware of your own mortality. Another example was all the news about the COVID pandemic or 9/11 and everything. It makes you more aware of the possibility that you could die. So that gives you kind of the extra motivation to get yourself back on track. Can help you become a better person.
Killed by a lion helps people believe in a peaceful God.
What? I cannot understand you. Chris Wallace is blaring his TV right now.
No,
Joe Biden, you need to turn off the TV when you're not watching it.
I wasn't watching TV.
Exactly.
That was
Turn
on
the
a phone
turn the
call.
TV off when you're not watching it, or at least mute
Okay,
it.
so I have 2 more questions. Are you guys ready to
yes.
hear them? Okay, one of them will be dedicated to Cameron, one will be dedicated to Garrett. Both of you will have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to answer and to rebuttal.
Guys, we're at 30 minutes.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm still here, so just keep talking.
Well, I got 5
Okay,
minutes.
Cameron.
Do one more question and then I have to leave.
Cameron, with there being 2,000 out of 2,500 confirmed Bible prophecies, which the probability of that would be less than 1 in 10 to the 2,000th power, would that be ample evidence to sway you towards Christianity?
That's just not the form of religion I perceive or I'd really want to join. We're gonna have probably a part 2 of this debate again.
Hopefully.
So thanks, Isaac, the moderator, for joining.
You're very
And thanks,
welcome.
Garrick, the dude, from joining.
Okay.
And,
And you guys have fun at school.
We'll see you guys later.
See you later. Okay. And then this question is for Garrick. Garrick, with science time and time again being proven objective and evolution being proven beyond reasonable doubt, are you willing to accept all this could have happened without divine guidance?
There's a possibility.
I would say I keep my mind open though. Just be like closed-minded.
Well, okay. So that concludes all of my questions.
That's all for today. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel, the Point Where Everything podcast. It's our YouTube channel. And be sure to stay tuned for more content. Thanks for listening.